What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morrissey. And we're returning to Bonadrag. Thank you again to Seb for providing the material. And the next track, make sure I have this right, He Knows I'd Love to See Him. So yeah, one wonders immediately who Morrissey might be talking about. I did hear or see in the comments in a couple previous reactions that some of these songs and lyrics have, at least according to consensus, opinion, or rumor, direct references to actual people. In any case, it sounds like there's currently a separation of space, and if you're talking about someone wanting to see you or you wanting to see them, then it sounds like you're not in the same place, and that could be both geographical or spatial and or emotional. But the other person having some sense of how you feel and what you want, so clearly there's been some interaction or contact. So again, it sounds vintage Morrissey in that it's a complicated emotional situation where there's some lack of ideal circumstances, at least regarding the narrator's opinion, but perhaps there's an understanding that his emotions and vulnerability are out there, and it's a question of what will happen next. So let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Morrissey. The tune is He Knows I'd Love to See Him, and it's included on the Bonadrag compilation.
He knows, he knows.
That bass.
Or I think he does.
Okay. Quick stipulation.
Cause when I lived in the arse of the world, he knows, he knows, he knows I'd love to see him happy or as close as his love. Cause when I lived in the arse of the world, he knows, he knows, he knows I'd love to see him happy or as close as possible, as close as possible, as close as is allowed. Conjures up deadly deeds, bad taste in the mouth, and the police, they actually know me. They said you're just another person in the world. You're just another fool with radical views. You're just another who has maddening views. You want to turn it on its head by staying in bed. I said I know I do. I said I know I do. Doesn't know.
Was that he doesn't know at the end there? I'm intrigued. I don't really know what's happening, and there was a line where it sounded like he said he was in Burma, but then I'm going to turn it on its head by staying in bed, so maybe I misheard the first line. Not sure if he's in Myanmar, but yeah, if I'm hearing that turn it on its head by staying in bed line, it sounds like maybe he's gonna play hard to get or wait to see if the other person comes to see him because, you know, the other person's, he knows I'd love to see him, but I'm not going to give him that. I'm going to hold back and stay in bed and see if he reaches out. So, yeah, it sounds, again, like the emotional dynamic of the situation is complicated and that Morrissey is simultaneously vulnerable but also holding back or withholding himself in an attempt to perhaps generate interest or make the other person make the next move in this psycho-emotional chess game. So, as I said, you know, having heard the song and at least caught some of the lyrics, it feels like it is very much vintage or trademark Morrissey and the nuanced emotions that are happening. His vocal performance, very much what I've come to know and expect from him. Some lilting, rolling, melodic moments. And also the bass definitely stood out. That deep, like resonant bass was more prominent to my ears on a first listen than the guitar, but there was some of that jangly Smith style guitar. Again, a running theme as I've gone through the solo Morrissey stuff is how similar to or different from the Smiths material does it sound. In some cases it's been notably far away, in other cases very much in the same wheelhouse. This felt maybe a mixture, like it was less like indie rock than a lot of the Smiths stuff, more maybe like the Smiths' later stuff, like Strange Ways. But again, it had that deep bass, it was a bit more languid, and the nature of his singing wasn't quite as, you know, flourishing and central or primary as it is in some of the Smiths tunes. So yeah, a cool one. Curious to hear what people have to say about the lyrics, because again, I feel like I caught some of the feeling of the tune but not the specific narrative position of the two people involved. So let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.